This is Activity 2.2 for 7th grade, Module 1, Topic 1, Lesson 2. Go ahead and read the activity description at the top. Pause here. In this activity, you will solve real-world problem situations involving either circumference or area. I will now read the questions. Question 1. A city park has a large circular garden with a path around it. The diameter of the garden is 60 feet. This information is for Part A and B. Part A, Gina likes to walk along the circular path during her lunch breaks. How far does Gina walk if she completes one rotation around the path? 1B, Jason works for the city park department. He needs to spread plant food all over the garden. What is the area of the park he will cover with plant food? Question 2, Samantha is making a vegetable pizza. First, she presses the dough so that it fills a circular pan with a 16-inch diameter and covers it with sauce. What is the area of the pizza Samantha will cover with sauce? Lastly, question number 3. Members of a community center have decided to paint a large circular mural in the middle of the parking lot. The radius of the mural is to be 11 yards. Before they begin painting the mural, they use rope to form the outline. How much rope will they need? Now, on your own or with a partner, you are going to answer questions 1 through 3, showing all of your work and annotations. While you are working, think, what clues tell you that you are solving for area versus circumference? Remember, the formulas are also here for you to reference. Pause here. Now let's check our work. So for number 1, it says, a city park has a large circular garden. It gives us the shape of the garden, circle, with a path around it. The diameter of the garden is 60 feet. So let's go ahead and draw that out to make it visual. Here's our garden. It is a circular garden. The diameter, it tells us, is 60 feet. Don't forget those units, super important in word problems. A, it says Gina likes to walk along the circular path during her lunch breaks. How far does Gina walk if she completes one rotation around the path? Now here the question tells us that the circular garden has a path around it, and also it tells us that she's going to complete one rotation around the path. So automatically, you should have thought of circumference. So we're going to first write out our formula for circumference, which we know is the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. And we're going to fill in what we know. So pi, I know, is 3.14, and the diameter we know is 60 feet. The answer that you should have got when you solved is C is equal to 1, or the circumference is equal to 188.4, running out of room, feet. Just like that. Part B, Jason works for the city park department. He needs to spread plant food all over the garden. Automatically, you should be thinking area. But the great thing about this is the question actually tells us what is the area of the park he will cover with plant food. So now I'm finding the area. I know the area of a circle I can find by using A is equal to pi r squared. And I'm going to fill in what I know. Area is equal to 3.14, that looks like an L, but you know what it is, times the radius squared. So the radius, it doesn't tell us, but what do we know about radius? It is half of the diameter. So half of 60 is 30, and I know this is going to be 30 squared. When you solve, you will get 3.14 times 900, which will then give you an answer of 2,826 feet. And do not forget, this is area, so this is going to be feet squared. Squared units. If you do not have this in your notes, I suggest copying this down before moving forward. Question 2. Here Samantha is making a vegetable pizza in a circular pan. The question tells us that this pan has a 16-inch diameter, and also it asks us specifically what it wants. What is the area of the pizza Samantha will cover with sauce? So there's no guessing. We're finding the area. So we've got a circular pizza with a diameter of 16 inches. And we're going to simply locate the formula for area and solve using what we know. So the formula for area is equal to pi r squared. And we're going to fill in what we know. Area is equal to pi, which we know is 3.14. Here I go again. Times the radius, which, pause. This question doesn't give us radius. So think about what you would need to do. Just like the last problem, I need to realize that the radius is half of the diameter, and half of 16 gives us 8. So I'm going to fill that in, and now I've got 3.14 times 8 squared. When I solve all of this, I then, of course, let me write this out. 3.14 times 8 gives us 64. And then when I solve completely, I get 200.96 inches squared, because this is, again, area. If you don't have this, copy it down. And lastly, question number 3. It tells us that the members of a community are trying to paint a large circular mural. So we know it's a circle. The radius of the mural is going to be 11 yards. The radius goes halfway. That is 11 yards. Before they begin painting the mural, they use rope to form the outline. This question is trying to trick you. They're forming the outline of this mural. Excuse me. So the outline, well, think, would that be area or circumference? It would be circumference. So finding that formula, I know the circumference can be found using pi times the diameter. Filling in what we know, pi is 3.14 times the diameter. Pause, they don't give us the diameter. So what should you do? Think about what is given. If I know the radius is 11 yards, and I know that 2 radius create 1 diameter, I can simply double that. So I know the diameter is going to be equal to 22 yards. So I'm going to fill in 22, and now I can solve for my the circumference. The answer you would get is 69.08 feet. In summary, you should realize and see that the circumference and area of a circle, even in real-world situations, can be solved by using our formulas.